sister was a bow wow fanatic.
First of all, so was I. Let me hold you down like a real friend's supposed to. First of all, he was sampling Luther.
He was.
Like, come on.
I don't think I realized.
Jermaine Dupri.
I mean, I guess I did. But yeah, had some of those notes. She does do that move. She has done that move. And in one of her album cover, her hand is coming through her head.
Yes.
So
I'm glad you understood.
Yeah, it's about that.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the ARkaiVE podcast. We're so excited that you've decided to join us today. My name is Kaira, and this is my co-host,
Jonathan Nigel.
Yes, and we are the ARkaiVE podcast, where we talk about... I never had it.
Where we deep dive.
Yes, into...
Pop music.
And
the artist that made it pop.
And the artist who made it pop. We're really just working out the kinks of this intro, so just thank you for being here.
This is episode 5.
Yes, episode 5. So if you haven't already, please go back and watch some of the other episodes. We talked about Alicia Keys. We talked about, what else did we talk about? SZA.
Mm-hmm. SZA.
Yes.
And this episode before that was about SZA.
yes. Literally every time we come to do a podcast, something extravagant
it's
with
not all about SZA.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it is.
Yeah, it really is about SZA. But today we have a cool ass episode for you, and we are getting into it with the rap girlies.
Yes.
Just women in rap.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about today's episode.
Me too.
Yeah. So first of all, to even start all of this, we're getting into their catalogs, but to start that, I thought, we want to inform and educate the kids. That is our main priority here at ARkaiVE.
And we say kids, we don't mean age.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But we also mean just the uneducated in the music.
Yes.
In the
kids.
In the music.
In the music world.
Yeah.
Yes. And just a little plug, if you haven't already, follow us on Threads. You can find that through my social media page by Kaira.com, because we deep dive every day into different performances, and we teach the kids every day on there. And the community is amazing. We laugh, we joke. Actually, something that's really funny this week on ARkaiVE on Threads is we learned that Bow Wow would cut a little slit in his tank tops so it was easier to rip. So we've been deep diving into his performances.
My sister was a bow wow fanatic.
First of all, so was I. Let me hold you down like a real friend's supposed to. First of all, he was sampling Luther.
He was.
Like, come on.
I don't think I realized.
Jermaine Dupri.
I guess I did. But yeah.
Yeah.
You had all the albums?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't. Because I had streaming, though. I had it on my iPod.
That was not streaming when that came out.
It was. It wasn't streaming. I bought it on iTunes. I'll say that.
When that, gosh.
Or I downloaded it on LimeWire.
Wait, what? Okay, that. But wait, what year was that? Gosh.
2000.
Was it 2000? Did he make it?
That era, he was old, like he had no braids. This was after like Mike.
Didn't he start in the 90s though?
Yeah.
It was
Little Bow Wow.
Like 99.
Yeah, with Snoop and all of that,
So I was a little
all
older.
of them.
Okay. Because I gave that album to my sister who was like 9. She cried on Christmas Day.
Yeah, that's really a sweet thing.
She busted out into tears.
That's amazing.
And it was cute. But
yeah,
I didn't realize it was that. But I did buy
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So
Because I had an iPod. I remember riding the school bus, the cheese bus. And do you call it the cheese bus?
Why?
You're not from New York.
No.
The yellow bus?
Yeah.
That's the cheese bus.
Well, they're all yellow.
No, because the B line, the bus is a different thing. So you
you're
would
talking
say
about the city bus.
Yeah, but the cheese bus took you to school. So people would say, do you take the cheese bus?
Oh, everybody took the bus in North Carolina.
Not in New York, though. Some kids walk to school. Some kids get picked up by the
yellow.
cheese bus. Some kids get dropped off by their parents.
Oh, wow. Well,
so
that's true.
I took the cheese bus in middle school, and that's when And LimeWire, I'm talking like Love, Keisha Cole. Those are the songs that I was downloading.
Right.
And Shorty Like Mine by Bow Wow and Chris Brown. Let Me Hold You, Bow Wow and Omarion. Like that whole...
That was 2000, right? Because that B2K, Y2K.
And I'm talking about the white, chunky iPod, like the thick one.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
Or even, and I think the Nano, first generation.
Yeah.
And then the Nano came out after that. But like, those are the songs that I was like...
That's so funny.
You know, nom 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 and hon, you know.
Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, I wasn't into. Oh, you were a little, and you were young.
I was young.
You a little spoiled little thing. You had an iPod when you was that young.
I was, but it's only because my
I had to get
family
a job.
is like they love gadgets.
Oh.
So like my dad always like my brother when he had the first iPhone. You know, like my brother loved.
My dad collected watches.
Right, and my dad, like to this day,
I didn't like them.
Every product that Apple has, my father has. To the goggles.
Wow.
The VR goggles, like they love that brand, those products.
That's funny.
So since I was young, and it was always passed down to me.
Got it.
So I got the chunky white iPod when the Nano came out because my dad got the Nano.
I think I remember you mentioning that your family was a gadget family, but you didn't go into detail. Now it's clicking. Okay.
Yeah, and it was always passed down to me.
Okay,
like I never got like a fresh one out the box for me until my first.
Well, because you didn't have a job.
Exactly, but I did. Yeah, I was. You know, I stayed with a job. I stayed with a job. I worked for my parents. I would babysit people's children.
Okay.
But my first job, like taxes out, was 15.
Okay, me
like
too.
as soon as I could.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just thinking like, Okay.
Yes.
Funny.
But we've said all of that. That go on to ARkaiVE's. Like, join us on Threads because it's really a great educational community, and we are constantly learning about performances, eras, different. You know, we're sharing music on there, and today we want to get into the women in rap. Yeah, the rap girlies. So. Last night, I got to deep dive into the documentary Ladies First. Is it called? No, not Ladies First.
Ladies and Women in Hip Hop.
No. It's called Ladies First, right? Or was that? There's a documentary on Netflix. Yeah. Okay, and it's about women in hip hop. Yes. And Queen Latifah's on the cover. But I watched it last night knowing that we were going to talk about this today. And the amount of history that it gave me, and we originally planned to just get into the catalogs of women in hip hop, but I'm like, no, we have to talk a little bit about the history before we get into that. So we start in 1977, and the first MC, Sha-Rock, she literally calls herself the first MC of hip hop culture, which I love. And you said that you found something about her with SNL?
Yes. So the group that Sha-Rock was part of was Funky 4+1. She was the plus one. It was 4 other young guys. And Blondie, Debbie Harry, who was part of the music scene in the 70s, 80s. She was like top of the pop charts. She had a spot in SNL. And nowadays, you get 2 spots. I'm assuming you get 2 spots. You sang 2 songs. Well, Debbie gave up one of her spots. She sang one of her songs, Dreamin', I want to say. Yeah. And then her second spot, she gave to Funky 4+1.
That's so
to put them on. She introduced them and put them on. At that point, that's when history was made. It was like the first rap performer or hip-hop performance on national television. Most of America didn't even know about. It was
rap about hip hop.
Yeah, right. It was very underground.
These York.
Kids were from the Bronx. So Debbie Harry, she was part of that group. She wasn't part of the hip hop group, but she's part of the club kids. And this is where they intersected. She was Studio 54, but she was also Lower East Side. So, you know, the Bronx kids would come down and hang out with the kids in the Lower East Side. And this is where all the music melds. And, you know, this is where Debbie gets introduced to hip hop.
And this is like 79.
79, yeah. When all this is happening,
That's so cool. Yeah. And shout out to Blondie for literally making space. You know, for our community. Yeah, that's super cool. Move. And for hip hop to be so New York.
Yeah.
And for it to be debuted on SNL, which is so New York.
Right.
That's just like, oh, that gives me chills. Yeah. So we have Shyrock.
Yep.
Funky 4+1. And then I wanted to talk about this woman named Sylvia Robinson, who was the CEO of Sugar Hill Records. Oh. So Rapper's Delight, which is the first hip hop record to go on radio. And this is also in 79. She was kind of moving and grooving in New York and putting hip hop artists on with she was basically like the Clive Davis of early hip hop. Mm-hmm. So Sylvia Robinson, that's an important name. You know, I thought that was just really cool. And she didn't only work with female hip hop groups or artists. She was obviously working with Sugar Hill, which they were. Is it
Sugar Hill Gang?
Sugar Hill Gang. Yes. And she was the CEO of Sugar Hill Records.
Okay.
So they were even saying in the documentary that Rapper's Delight, the music video, she made certain choices like having white women in the video instead of black women because she knew she wanted hip hop to be seen as a crossover.
That's like
genre. So she said, okay, those were her choices, you know. So that was something that was interesting.
What year was that?
79.
So this is all happening around the same time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. And then Shyrock, seen on television. Mm-hmm. Then we get to Roxanne Shante, who was around the age of 12, 13, growing up in Queensbridge. And her mother was actually, you know, she was a hustler. So like, you know, just getting money, however you could get money. And she said her mom used to sell like washcloths, wipes, and like sanitary things for the prostitutes in the community. So she was raised by a woman who got money by any means necessary. So Roxanne Shante basically wanted to find, okay, how can I make some money? And she would watch this comedian, what was his name? Nipsey Russell. She would watch Nipsey Russell, and he would always rhyme in his comedy. So she said she would practice that. Then she would go outside in Queensbridge and would be like practicing her rhymes with the guys who were rapping. And there was this, what is it called? This like a competition for $50. You had to put $50 in and you would win the money. So her mom went to the numbers man, and you know what the numbers man in the building is, you know, the person who and she borrowed $50.
I do have a quick say that.
Go ahead.
The numbers. I always had a question about the numbers, to run the numbers.
Yeah.
Where would the numbers come from, and who chose them? And how would you get money from them? I just didn't understand.
Yeah. I also don't understand it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it is a thing in our community.
I do know that.
And it's kind of like a susu, I think. You know what a susu is?
No, I don't.
So like a community would put like every month you put in like $50 in a susu, and then say there's 12 people in the susu. This month you might get the entire susu.
Based on what?
The 50. So it's basically like this month we're paying your rent by putting $50.
Oh, so we just circulate.
Next month the next person is getting all the $50. Because what's 50 times 12? Anyway.
Right.
You know.
This is how to take a way to communally take care
Let's
of
say $100, then the susu would be $1,200 every month.
Right.
And the community takes care of each other by, okay, this month you get the susu. This month you get the, you know, but we have to put in. I've never heard
of that, but.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that, I think. I think it's in that world. But anyway.
It sounds like a shady version of that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So the numbers man, her mom borrowed $50 for Roxanne Shante to go and join this rap competition, and she won.
Yes, I do know that part.
Yes.
I don't remember the part of maybe that. Did you see the movie on Netflix about Shante? When Nia Long plays Shantae's mom?
No.
So it's so, I'm glad it's like, so I'm going through the movie in my head as you're telling me this, because there's scenes that they show and there's some things that you were saying. Okay, so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So she wins the competition, and this leads her to being this very prominently known in New York.
Yeah.
Prominently known little girl.
Yeah.
And she's raw with it. Her mom lets her curse.
Yes.
So I think in the competition she opened with mother, so it was just like, oh, okay. So goes on. She's getting booked.
But if her mom, she's like, you can curse if you win.
If you win, exactly, yeah. Because again, her mom's a hustler.
Right.
Like, we're gonna get this money.
Yeah.
Like, if that's
you
what's
better win if you go curse. If not,
exactly. Exactly. So she starts getting more shows and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I thought this was the most. In 1984, a group called UTFO puts out a record called Roxanne.
Right, yeah.
And they say it's not about her, quote unquote.
Right. Specifically,
because the song is about wanting to have sex with this woman, but the woman won't let them have sex with her.
But also, Roxanne wasn't a woman when that song came
14.
out. So why would they?
But
I don't know.
Think about New York and how famous she was getting at that time, and then they used that name specifically.
So it was a diss record.
It was a diss record. This is considered the first diss in hip hop. So Roxanne comes back with Roxanne's Revenge.
Right.
Which is coined as the first rap beef, which Roxanne's Revenge is connected to Roman's Revenge, Nicki Minaj.
Boom.
Yeah, so that was so cool.
Yeah.
So we have Roxanne, then we have MC Lyte, who was more of the socially conscious. MC Lyte went to an African school in Brooklyn, so she was a little bit learning more about different languages and different countries and stuff. So she wanted to bring more activism into her rhymes, which made it a little bit more commercial, a little bit more mainstream. So we could say Sha-Rock is the mother of hip hop. But people like Queen Latifah, which we'll get into even how, Black Power she was, even her look down to her vibe. But Queen Latifah calls MC Lyte the godmother of hip hop. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like also, the historical.
Right. To tail in off of that, and Moni Love.
Who's that?
Moni in the middle, where they at? In the middle.
Is that a song?
That's a song.
And a person.
Moni Love is like the British version of Queen Latifah. She's a little more chill. Okay. And I would say, her lyrics are not as, and I don't even know. I can't even say that for sure. But anyway, they link up. They've linked up before and they've done music together. I just bought a Moni, that song I was just saying. I just bought that.
Record?
Yeah, that single. Cool.
I just want to say, Jonathan's record collection is incredible. I just have to say this. At the house, we be having weekends at his house. Yeah. We laid out the entire catalog of Elton John. Not even.
I left some out because I heard.
Do you know how hard that is? Yeah. Elton John has 20-something albums.
At least more than that.
So I just had to say that you eat. Yeah, you do.
I pulled out 20. He has 35. If you go, I only went to 80, 90.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. His jazzy looking era. Yeah. But so, okay, Money. You said Money Long.
I said Moni Love.
Okay. Moni Love.
Yeah.
Okay. Moni Love. Yes. I wonder if she.
Oh no.
Maybe.
Her money is long.
It is. She says that. I say where you get that from. She said.
Hello. Check my credentials.
Yes.
And then come back to me.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's all I want to say.
Okay, yeah.
She was kind of part of that early 90s. More socially conscious rap. And this is
Moni Love.
Yes. And this is also a time too where rap was still fun.
Yeah.
And fun. We'll just put it there.
Yes. Do you, not overly sexualized?
It wasn't a lot of stuff. I just say it was fun, and I won't say it was clean. I just say that's when it was new, it was fun.
Okay.
And I want to say where they came from is, I don't want to say,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
It was before before it hit the industry.
Got you.
Yes.
Got you.
Let's just put that.
Before money tainted it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
So I wanted to just name some people also from this time that I can't leave this episode without just mentioning their names. So like Salt and Pepper.
Yes.
Da Brat. Lady of Rage, who I just found out about today. And then of course Sister Soldier. And to kind of get us into the catalog of everything, I wanted to talk about how Black women in hip hop really did lead the march towards saying something and that politics would kind of pay attention to. So Sister Soldier in 1992 used her platform to say a lot of things about the Black experience, about racism, and it was acknowledged by President Clinton, and so many women after her have done things like that, including like Cardi B, and even the whole Bernie Sanders campaign, and how she sat down with him and had conversations and used her platform to kind of bridge that gap and use it to be the voice for people who don't always have a voice, you know? So I love that about women in hip hop, how much so we've consistently done that, you know?
Yeah. Led the charge in different areas of like different parts of life. Like this specifically the entertainment, and not even entertainment. This is not entertainment. This is hip hop culture.
Yeah.
And really like in that way led in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Honestly, it's beautiful to see, and I pray that it happens more or that it continues to happen, because there are still artists today who do it, you know.
Well, not even artists, people in the back, not in the background, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That you don't see and you don't know the names, and they're people putting these artists together. They're getting their like manager, you know what I mean? It's like the woman from Sugar Hill, like who make these decisions. Sylvia Robinson, right? Who make these decisions that not only it changes the course of history.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that decision.
Yes. Because artists have a responsibility. When culture is stale, it is our responsibility to shake it up.
Right.
And I hope that the culture doesn't get too stagnant or comfortable.
Well, let's get into that a little bit. Now that we've gotten a little bit of a background.
Yeah.
So we're talking about women in hip hop, and you had mentioned the rollout as far as the rollout.
Yeah. How the artists are actually
expand the rollout.
Yeah. So, okay, what is a rollout in music? In the music industry, you know, it's from the beginning of when you introduce your single for the album to the moment where we have every piece of content you created for this album.
And that can go from, in this day and age, that can go from TikTok videos to any social media, to music videos, to merchandise, to sponsorships, to specials. It is now
performances,
right?
Live television
performances. It is now pretty much everything you do under that umbrella of your album.
Yeah, exactly.
It's how you dress.
It's the era.
Yeah.
The rollout is the era.
Right.
One artist I think who does it incredibly well and has done it throughout her career is Rihanna. Mm-hmm. From the hair follicle on her head to the color of her toenail. Mm-hmm. I got that from Jill Scott. You know, you love me.
Oh, I love it.
Yes. To the hair follicles of my hair. Something like that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's not how it goes. Yeah. So literally, roll out, right? Okay, so I have a few artists that I wanted to talk about today, and I know you've prepared some artists. But the way I kind of, I guess, wanted, or the way that I looked at it, because Jonathan and I have similar interests, but what we're super interested in within that interest always comes out different. So yeah. I'm like a stickler on the actual audio quality. Like, I'll just say that. I want to hear how well the rapper is pronunciating the words. I want to hear how well the breath control and the live performances. I want to hear them mixes. There's this one artist, so I'm going to just start with her because I bring it up so much.
Let it out.
I'm going to let it out today. I need to get it off my chest.
You really do.
All right, so GloRilla. We love her.
I'm here for it.
Literally.
Yeah.
I love everything she stands for. I love the topics, the lyrical topics that she chooses to do, like in her debut or her self-titled, is it self-titled? No, Glorious.
Well, her name
is Gloria. Hallelujah.
Okay. Got it.
Yes. Glory. Yes. Glorious. Right? Okay, so Glorious, something that I like about it as far as the lyrics, there's this one particular song. I love that she has this one song from the point of view of telling your girl to like leave this man because he like ain't shit and you better than this. Where I feel like a lot of the women who are more mainstream in rap, to not even mainstream, because I'm not including, we just hear a lot of the same topics.
Yes.
Like, drop a bag on me. And it's like, there's so many other things.
There are so...
than tricking. Like,
I know it ain't tricking if you got it, but like...
Right, no, bag.
It is, though.
And most, right, yeah. So I love that.
Right, and yeah.
But I do want to get into and this is in 2019. She dropped her first album. It was called Most Likely Up Next, right?
Yes.
2024, where she dropped Glorious. And the mixes in the beginning in 2016 are just so not okay. It's difficult for me to listen to because, and what I'll say is like the vocal is not forward enough. Sometimes the beats are just so loud and like high pitch. There's no depth. There's no like full roundness in it. For me, I like a vocal that is full, thick, in the forefront. And the beat is like not in one place, if that makes sense. So when we talk about mixing a beat, right? Some rappers or some even artists, I like a mix that someone mixed the drums separately. They mix the synths next to it separately. All of the different pieces of the beat are put into a place. They're not just smushed together and the vocal just slapped on top of it.
Right.
I like a good mix, a detailed mix. And I think where some of these artists mess up in the beginning, and this is before they get into, because now the album Glorious mixed perfectly. And it's a money thing. I do think like... Because
that's technically her debut album.
Yes,
Glorious.
Yes. And of course we got to just like put things out. So it's not going to be like amazing. But I do think that it makes a difference in the catalog. For me, it it makes it more expensive for me when you take a little bit more time to find somebody who knows what they're doing in the mix, who didn't just say, let me turn this beat up, let me turn this vocal up. No, let me cut this beat, you know, stem to stem and mix it like that. So my thing is, as an artist, I'm always going to find an engineer who only engineers. This is what you do.
Do that.
No, for real, because they have they want certain things because this is what they do.
But also, she didn't know no better.
Yeah, maybe, right?
Yeah.
This is just me ranting.
No, right. No.
This is just one rap girly that kind of, and...
But it's interesting that you heard that. It was specific, this album, that it really...
Glorious or...
No.
Most likely.
Most likely. That... Something about that mix really where you were just like,
yeah, I couldn't. I listened to me. I couldn't listen to it. I want to hear what she's saying, but as a music lover, a music maker, it's difficult.
Now, let me ask you this. If you were a GloRilla and you did, because
I would remaster it.
I'm about to say, would you?
I'm taking it off and I'm redoing it now.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. And I can afford it. She can afford to.
She could.
So yeah, and I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just saying as someone, as someone, you know,
as a listener.
Yes, because I want.
I didn't know. Actually, I don't think I've heard. I'm trying to remember how I listened to her album.
Which one, Glorious?
No. I listened to that one and
and it's not just the first one that gives me that. F and F.
But that was a single,
right? That was a single, and it went viral. So then they put out music,
right? They didn't.
It wasn't mixed.
No, it wasn't. It's also the speed at which they go.
Slow down a little bit, but they can't because timing. She's popping. But this is what I mean. Get it to an engineer who mixes fast. You guys have all of these resources.
Do you think these beat makers? Producers. I'm saying beat makers. That's not actually.
Some of them are beat makers. Some of them are producers.
Right.
Yeah.
Which probably answers my next question. They're not engineers.
But the producer, right? This is why I'm saying hire someone who only engineers.
So, do you think that in the studio, in these cases, so it's not just this album. You know, when you're a new artist, again, you don't know any better or whatever. So what's happening in the process is the producer is doing the mixing, and
so this is another thing. A lot of rappers, a lot of artists these days, period, are pulling beats and instrumentals, getting them from all these different producers, where I think Glorious, this album that I think is excellent, I think she worked with one producer. Okay. So someone at that caliber that can create a full album with one artist in this amount of time probably has their own engineer in the room with them.
Right.
So as you're cutting vocals, as you're being produced by this producer, the guy who doesn't touch an instrument sitting in that chair at that board is doing his job well.
I will say, now thinking about it, the vast difference from both of that EP to that debut album is huge. Yes. She grew so much. On the other side, my little nitpicky thing that GloRilla has already progressed from is her first BET performance, which is not this past summer, the summer before that. She was on BET, 2 BET, so it would have been 23.
What did she perform?
F&F. And because she had maybe one more after that. She had like 2 songs.
Tomorrow Too.
She had Tomorrow Too.
Such a good song.
When I say Cardi B
yes.
devoured, and I know Cardi B's for line for every line for line. I performed that song karaoke. I was determined to learn every single word of that.
We need to do karaoke together.
We must.
Okay, yes.
But no, it's such a vast difference, and I love how GloRilla already is so fearless in the genre of music that she touches on already. Mm-hmm. And and without asking for permission.
Yeah.
In a way, you know what I mean? Like, we weren't ready for it. Mm-hmm. She was just like, no, I like
this.
I like
and
this.
I like that.
And I'm going to do both.
I like it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do too.
I like it like... You know that song? You know that song.
It's, yes.
No, but she sampled it, Cardi B.
But yeah. But the way you said it was more like the original. I can like that.
Okay, who's one of your artists? Because I could go.
Okay,
on
so
and
yeah,
on
we could go on. So we're talking about rollouts. Currently, right now, I really love. Well, it's not currently. Just happened. The Scarlett Doja Cat.
Doja is an artist.
She's an artist.
Yes.
Like
that quality never. From the beginning, that quality was
right. And it's what I love about the rollout for Scarlett is also there's some new things that developed from that. But she came out with this whole image of like the demon and she calls it stir. Mm-hmm, you know, there, and I love that. Like, you know, I love how she was going against the grain, and she's a rapper. I always knew she was a rapper, but like she's like, I'm really about to rap for y'all.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't understand why people were surprised. I just think
that she could rap.
Yeah. I mean, I knew she could.
I was surprised.
I was not. Not when she said, not in Tia and Tamara, that song came out, Tia Tamara.
Yes.
Okay. That's when I knew. But I also like visually and sonically how that album developed. I also like Scarlett 2, Claude, which Claude was supposed to be.
I'm familiar with that.
Okay, so she released Scarlett, and then later they'll do, which I'm really liking this trend now, which is not a trend, but the way they're doing it is they'll do deluxe. Well, basically, they'll stack a whole album or EP on top.
Yeah. That's what SZA did with
Megan. Right. So everybody's stacking full almost albums on top of the previous. And I'll call it a 1.5 album, which I think is a good.
Are they renaming it like SZA?
No, so Scarlett came out, and then Scarlett was Scarlett 2, Claude. Claude was supposed to be
Claude, like Claude,
which was short for Claude Frollo, which was the antagonist in Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, okay, got you.
And so she thought
I watched that before.
Right. So she was saying that it was kind of the concept for Claude 2 was the people that artists come across in their career. It's kind of this Claude Frollo.
Oh, okay, got you.
So I love the fact that it starts very heavy rap. She gives you for like rap, like she's spitting bars. Mm-hmm. She's spitting bars, and she takes us back to the pop. She gives us visuals. She takes us on the story visuals. People say this was a flop for her.
Really?
But this is the first album that she gained a #1 song.
Right.
So
Doja Cat flopping? I can't see it, yeah.
No.
She's one that's going to still be here with us when she's 40, 50. I feel like she's just going to evolve.
Yes.
She's someone who can evolve because she takes risks.
Yeah.
And doesn't care what anybody... That girl will shave her eyebrows and paint her face blue.
And I hope she does.
Yeah, she will.
Remember that episode of Girlfriends?
Which one?
Where she paints herself blue and towards the end of the series where
who did?
Oh gosh. The
Tracy?
No. The
Maya?
No.
Tony?
The last one. She becomes a pop star and she paints herself blue.
Dang, what was her name?
I know.
She was like kind of the free spirited.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
In fact, she should.
I'm really trying to remember her name, and I can't right now. Yeah.
But anyway, I just love that rollout. I think that was a good album.
Yeah.
And also, so when Claude 2 came out, she added 3 more songs on top of that, which were basically Acknowledge Me. The first 3 songs are Disappointment, but she used a South African a cappella group
and she's South African.
Because she's South African, half South African and American, and white.
Gotcha.
But like Black South African and white American, I believe.
You know what I think is really cool about Doja Cat? This has nothing to do with her catalog, but she went to a school and her teacher was John Coltrane's wife. Wow. Mrs. Coltrane. She's also a musician. I'm forgetting her first name, and I'm sorry. I don't mean any disrespect, but she's incredible. And that was Doja Cat's teacher. And
Doja Cat's father, who was in the original cast of Serafina on Broadway, and in the movie, he played the same part. He's South African. So she comes from a very, she has, it's in her blood also. And then also she's taught that. She's trained in these areas of like art, music, which makes her an amazing artist. And she understands. And
those are the people who deserve to be famous for their art.
Yes.
Because they understand the responsibility, the care, the planning, all of the details that make something great.
Yes.
Or not even that makes something great, because there are things that are unplanned
but it's the process with her.
The care. Yeah.
Even I don't really. I watch Doja Cat via social media through like YouTube cuts and stuff, or compilations, whatever. She's hilarious, by the way. She's a nutcase, and I love it. But she'll just be on the thing, and she's just making beats, and I love that.
Creative,
she just always creative, whether we're gonna see it to the end or not. Like she just on the thing making the beat. She's like, I might use that. Yeah. Or this is hot.
She's so cool.
She's funny. And she's
really
mad
cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. So one more person, because we gotta wrap this up.
Be a 2-part.
This might have to be a 2-part.
I was thinking that from the beginning.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to this.
We're gonna have to have a 2-part.
Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to do one more thing. We didn't plan this.
Okay.
But this is gonna be like a rapid fire type thing.
Okay.
I just want you to. We're gonna go back and forth. Just name somebody, a woman in hip hop that you want people to know about. I'm gonna start Doechii.
Rhapsody.
Rico Nasty.
This is not somebody that people already know. I'm just like, listen to their music and not to the words that come out of their mouth.
Yeah. I'm also Azalea.
She hits. I'm sorry.
She really does. She does.
The tongue is nasty on both ends.
Yeah. She's one of them ones. Chica.
Oh, love Chica. Wow, you're really hitting me right now. I'm trying to think of someone in hip hop that
I have another one, Flo Milli. I met her in real life, and she's very just down to earth, and we still follow each other on social media, and I try to support her as much as I can.
Reekin the Menace.
Who's that?
She's from Baltimore, Maryland. She's like Maryland.
Reekin the Menace.
Reekin the Menace. And she had, what was that song? Never Going Back. I still my mama jaw changed. That was it. And it still had that kind of like I guess if we call Maryland club music. Or anyway.
Yeah. Reekin the Menace.
Reekin the Menace. She doesn't have an EP yet. She has a handful of singles. She spits. I'm gonna look her up. She's really new. She hasn't quite found, but she's putting out music. And stuff? She hasn't found her sound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because she can sound like everybody else, but she is a lot more than that.
Got you.
And I don't think she's put out music enough to like, but I heard that in that like.
I kind of feel that way about Flo Milli. I can't wait until she finds the producer.
Yes.
Flo is I'm going to say violent.
She really is.
Like, if you ever need to just like go into that world, like it's like
so like Rico Nasty is like that too.
Yes.
She's very like,
some days I just have to go there.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, that was a little rapid fire. If you've never heard of those artists, please tap in, look them up. We're gonna do a part 2 of this.
Yes.
Again, thank you guys for watching the ARkaiVE podcast. We love y'all. Thank you guys for supporting us. Please follow us on all social media, where you can see both of our own things. And we're grateful for you. Shout out to Mountain City Productions. Love y'all. Peace.